3, 2, are you already recording?
Yeah.
Great, thanks, Corbin.
Why do you slam?
Why do? That was tricky. I just told you not to ask me about slam.
Yeah, well, you said don't
ask you what slam is. So. Yeah, you know, it's just it's a good community. It's why do I slam? Because I get positive reaffirmation that I'm good.
Is the community open?
Like to gays?
Like to anybody?
Yeah.
Even conservatives?
Yeah, they're open. No, sure. Yeah, well, you've got dumb people in all directions. I mean, there's 6 billion of us looking at it from a different angle. So, yeah, generally it's open. You know, we accept everybody on their terms. They get 3 minutes on the mic to do their thing. And yeah, conservatives are probably a little harder to stomach, just because it's a community based on, you know, taking the mic and clearing the smoke screen and speaking the truth. And conservatives, if I were to generalize, in this day and age, have a tendency to, pretend to capitalize on what values and morale is, and want that to apply to everybody, and it doesn't. So.
I would argue with you, but it wouldn't be part of the interview, and we'd be wasting time.
You can argue with me.
Yeah, but
it's fine.
We don't have time.
Conservatives generally are fighting wars in the name of God, and fundamentally it's wrong.
That, first of all, I think that's an overgeneralization. I think generalizations are good.
I preceded my statement with saying that was a generalization.
I know. I think generalizations are good talking generally, but at the same time, you have to make sure your generalization.
And what was the question? The original question.
Is the community open?
Generally, yes.
Okay.
It's a general question.
Yeah.
It's pretty broad, so that's all I have for you.
Okay. What's the first poem you remember leaving an impression on you?
Of someone else's? Annie Lagonga from Seattle, a poem about throwing pudding cups at frat boys.
Why did it leave an impression?
Because it was the first one that did. I don't know. It just was funny to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it rained poetry, what would grow?
If it rained poetry, what would grow? Prophylactics.
All right. Anything else you'd like to say?
No. I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Is that peace of mind good, or?
Well, if there's anything else I'd like to say, I have a lot.
Yeah.
But I'll leave it for the States tonight.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's kind of like a formal news. So.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for having this interview. You're supposed to.
Yeah? Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Done? Are we done?
We're done.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Visitors of the Transportation Security Administration website may have noticed a recent change. The TSA website had previously linked to a server not owned by the government for the purpose of verifying that travelers are not on the government's no-fly list. Lawmakers were worried that, due to the sensitive nature of the information travelers were asked to enter on the website form, the connection between the users and the server was not encrypted. Most people who were told to fill out the form were targeted because their names were similar to at least one name on the no-fly list, which has grown to around 100,000 names since 9/11. This website also placed a tracking cookie on the computers of its users, which is strictly forbidden of government agencies unless entirely necessary for the functioning of the website. Government officials are working very hard to find out as much as they can about this issue. In the meantime, however, a new system was put in place on the main TSA website that seems so far to be perfectly safe and legal. As many are already aware, beginning this year in several countries, including the United States, daylight savings time is beginning sooner and ending later in the year. Because of this, to keep computers running smoothly, Microsoft and Apple have both introduced software updates that will help your computer keep the most current time. Apple's Mac OS X version 10.4.5, which was released in February of 2006, and later versions of Mac OS's, already support the new daylight savings time dates. Microsoft's newest operating system, Windows Vista, already has these changes built in, but the more common Windows XP does not include support by default, though Microsoft has this update included on its Windows Update website. If you want to find out for sure if your computer needs to receive the update, you can go to Google and type in either Apple DST or Microsoft DST. The first result should be exactly what you need. If you use a Linux-based computer, you will need to check with the group that made your specific version of the operating system to see if any updates are available. Microsoft was recently fined $1.52 billion by a U.S. court for allegedly infringing on an MP3 patent held by French company Alcatel-Lucent. Though Microsoft claims that everything they did involving MP3s was entirely legal because they paid $16 million to Fraunhofer Gesellschaft, a German company, to use the MP3 format. Alcatel-Lucent, however, claims that Fraunhofer was not legally allowed to sell this license in the first place. Microsoft has filed an appeal. If Microsoft does not win this appeal, Lucent could get every company who uses the format from Fraunhofer to pay them, including giants like Apple, Real Networks, and Adobe. This could, in effect, end the widespread use of the MP3 format. Don't worry too much about your iPods, though, because software designers could find other formats of their own to have music play in such devices. Thanks for watching Titan News. I'm Michael Gorman, and that was all the news you needed to know.